Welcome back to CNN Newsroom. Now, we want to warn you, you may find the next story extremely disturbing. Okay, now, did you look away when I said that? Or did you actually turn the volume up on the TV and sit down to watch more? Well, the video of U.S. college basketball player Kevin Ware breaking his leg and the emotional reaction from the crowd and his teammates left us asking, how much grisly content can you tolerate as a viewer? So let's get a psychologist's perspective. Dr. Schreirer joins us from Chicago. It seems that people are exposed to more and more graphic images these days on television, in the movies, and of course online. So what makes a person decide to keep watching or to look away from the screen? So I had heard that that video of Kevin breaking his leg was grisly, and it actually made both the coaches tear up. So that was enough for me. I didn't want to see it. So, Dr. Schreier, is it a choice?
Well, sometimes it's a choice, right? Because we sit in front of the TV and things are shown to us, and sometimes we are mindlessly sitting there and just taking it in. But it really depends on our temperament. Also, listen, Patricia, it's very important. The more frequently you watch violent videos, right, and the higher the level of violence, the more drawn in you are. That means your threshold has increased and you want more. It's like with liquor or alcohol. Initially, you go out, you have 1 or 2 drinks, but over a certain time, that doesn't do it anymore for you. So you're engaging and you're having more. So people also have particular, maybe professional choices, right? If you work in the ER, maybe your level of violence or what you can see in violent injuries is quite higher than anybody else's. So you can watch very undisturbed what's going on the TV. Important, however, if you're an anxious or fearful person, you will generally not watch any violent content. Why? Because immediately your physiological reaction comes in. That means your pulse is running faster, your heart rate, you have sweaty palms, and you might even have nightmares and intrusive thoughts. But if you have a personality where you have a high risk seeking, for example, right? And you're also very emotionally independent, you know something happens to someone else, it does not affect me, then you stay on and watch more. Last but not least, there's also a gender perspective here. We know that men are much more trained, right, to want to survive or go or overcome threatening situations. And so often they put themselves in situations where they can really watch them.
So, you know, it was interesting that you mentioned the tolerance for alcohol. Now, we know that too much alcohol is certainly not good for you, has a harmful impact. Can watching too much of this sort of violent video be harmful as well?
Yeah, absolutely, because remember, our threshold becomes so high that even in real life, we often don't know anymore, or people watching a lot of violent content, when they're really hurting others. Everything seems so remote, we're becoming really numb. And for other people who are constantly exposed to violence and reruns of 9/11, or in former times the Joe Theismann accident, a former football player in America, they get traumatized and they have the same symptoms. Like, as I said before, there are some nightmares, intrusive thoughts. For Joe Theismann, people said that was a hit. If someone saw it, they never forgot it. He actually broke his leg under very similar circumstances as Kevin Ware did, but it was in the mid-'80s and it was covered in a much more sensational way.
Okay, thank you so much. Really interesting there, Dr. Schreier from Chicago.